I flew Spirit Air. Don't do that. I know why they call it Spirit Air now. It's because you're 99% more likely to meet the spirit world before you get to your fucking destination. Yeah, so, and actually the motherfuckers like accidentally charged my card twice. And I maxed it out. And then I had to check my bag, but my connecting flight was in New York. And I didn't, and it was cashless. So the teller's like, "I'm sorry, it's cashless." And then she just leaves me standing there with my carry-on bag, and I can't check it because I have no credit card. So I ask the passerbys if they will. I go to the ATM and I take out $100 and it's $70 to check your bag. And I'm like, "Hi, if you just check my bag on your credit card, I'll give you this $100. No. Fucking New Yorkers. At least I know why 9/11 was a thing. Speaking of terrorists, the Pope recently came to visit. That's why I'm dressed like him tonight. He came to apologize for for a lot of things. And the Crees are really forgiving people. They give him a headdress. It only took, thousands of years of genocide, and worse, my fellow sisters, nuns. But you wouldn't, I'm Algonquin, you're on Algonquin territory, you're welcome. You can just transfer your mortgage deed later, or let's be honest, you're in a basement of yuck, so you can just buy me a drink, because you probably don't have a mortgage. It's your choice. I'll just lock the doors till you decide. Reconciliation, motherfuckers. So, back to wherever it was that I was before they started finding dead kids in the ground. It's unfortunate, my stepmom, she's a real cunt, and sometimes I wish, in this country, there's 6,000 murdered and missing Indigenous women. How unlucky am I that she is not one of them? I recently lost 50 pounds. Oh yeah, don't applaud. It was one of them was my kids. It's okay though, I have twins, so, I have a spare. Yeah. So, actually I have twins, but I'm a divorced single mom of twins, because it turns out that the only thing further back in the closet than my size 5 jeans is my ex-husband. Yeah. So I had to, it's okay to laugh, guys, This is supposed to be the horrible show. What's more horrible than that? Oh, yeah, Indigenous kids dead and buried, right? Just in case you forgot. Speaking of dead Indigenous people, I recently I have a day job, and I did a research paper that discovered that this is actual fact, just a little bit of a history lesson. The buildings, Parliament Hill and the other buildings around Parliament Hill, the bricks and mortar are made out of earth that is extracted from Algonquin territory, where there was an Algonquin burial ground. So the bones of my ancestors are quite literally in the halls of Parliament. So the good news is I no longer have to run for Prime Minister, because my ancestors are already representing, just like the Canadians would like us to be, dead. No, it's okay to laugh. I mean, if you work for the government, I won't tell your boss. Just don't tell mine. And if you laugh, the rest of you in the back there that I can see are still a little uncomfortable. If you laugh, I'll buy you a drink later with my settlement money. Reconciliation is a two-way street. I get it. But yeah, the gay ex-husband. So, I had to tell my friends and family that we were getting a divorce. And I was like, hey, I call it my best friend. I'm like, so yeah, it turns out we have a little too much in common. We both like dick. She's like, well, that's not so bad. Maybe you guys can just be like best friend roommates or something. Bitch. bitch, this is not Will and Grace. This is my fucking life. And everybody knows that if it was Will and Grace, I would be Karen, walking around with a bottle of vodka in my purse, drinking until I couldn't see straight, or I forgot that he wasn't. So that's good, and then I have to tell my stepmom. Remember her? Yeah, when I told her, she didn't talk to me. Well, the last time I told this joke, she didn't talk to me for like about a year. So silver lining in every cloud. So I called my parents up and I'm like, Mom, Dad, again, a little too much in common, 6 inches on a Saturday night, starts a real fight. She's like, well, Jen, maybe he's not gay. Maybe he just likes kinky sex. Have you tried sticking your finger up there? A man's prostate is an erogenous zone. And I'm like, oh, because as if gay Mageddon wasn't bad enough. Now I'm having this conversation with my stepmom, who seems to think that we've wandered back into 1945. And I'm like, oh, my finger? If only I had thought of that. Here's a finger for you, Mom. But I know her and I know how she works, so I have to get off the phone quick because I can already imagine the next part of this conversation going something like this. Your father likes it when Mom gotta go. Yeah. And then you get those people who get really uncomfortable and they want to be, they want to be angry for you, and they're like, how can you joke about it? Wasn't it devastating? Yeah, it was pretty shitty. No pun intended. But, you know what made it better though is that he came out, or rather I found out, right around the same time that Adele's music became popular. If you ever listen to Adele, well, you know that there's just nothing more depressing. And it made me feel better about my own life. I'm not homophobic. I'm also not, I'm not against Catholics. My Nona, she doesn't appreciate those jokes, but, I still pray the rosary. I know what's going on. Anyway, so I'm not homophobic, but, had he told me that he was going to spend the 7 years of our marriage in the closet, I would have chosen the house with the pool, or not the pool, and the walk-in closet, and given him some space. I'm a reasonable person. But, alas, here we are. So I'm driving to work, and not homophobic, but very angry. Hello from the other side of the closet. Must have forgot I was your wife. Keep waiting to hear your story for breaking my heart. But it don't matter because I ain't got the parts. Yeah, that's my time. I gotta get back to Rome before they decide to keep me